I hope you guys are feeling everything so far. So we're just gonna continue now from where we stopped in the last class. So we already have line sequence. So now I'm gonna show you how to import a pretty much your footages that you must have shot either your phone or a camera or wherever, I don't know, anywhere else you get your files. So anyways, so what you want to do to import, I like to use a shortcut, is Command I or Control I for those of you who are using Windows. And if you don't want to do that, you can come straight up here to File and go to scroll down, Import. If you click on Import, you see it there. So for me, I have some footages here of my body here that I shot for a music video. I'm just gonna use maybe like I'll pick a random. So you can always import one footage, or you can import multiple. If you want to import multiple, just hold on to Control or Command and you select as many as you want. So you click import. So once you import your files, you already have them here and to my left here. And so this is kind of like the housing where your projects will be put in. So if you want to, maybe you have footages coming from different folders, and you also want to kind of arrange your folders in place there. So what you can do is, you see as I highlight all these, say for example I want to put 2 in a different folder, just hold on to them and hold on, let me drag this out. Ideally you should have all this, so either you click on new bin, or you can just drag these 2 and drop it on new bin. Then you can rename it as, let's say, folder 1. That will save into folder 1. I can click this 2 again, drag it, say folder 2. That's that. And I can also click new bin, folder 3, and I can just drag in my footages into the folder. Don't forget, like, the sequence, line sequence is the main, it's kind of like the main housing where you'll be editing from. So now say you have, okay, let's go to folder 1. Now we want to just play around with how to add your footages into the timeline before you can start editing. So what you want to do first is, because it's always good to preview your footage before you start to edit. And yes, I cannot emphasize this enough. When you finish recording whatever that you want to record, edit eventually, what you want to do is try and familiarize yourself with almost all the footages that you have, so that when you're editing, because you've seen the footages so much, you already know what works and what doesn't work. So I personally, in my opinion, I like to always go through my footages first, so I know what works and what doesn't work. While I'm editing, I can just easily go back and just pull it out. And I also like to working in different folders. So maybe you shot a music video. Now you had a shot inside the airplane, you had a shot on the Sahara Desert. So I'll have a folder for Sahara Desert, and I'll have a folder for plane. I'll have a folder for like close-ups, medium, like that. So it's easy for you to always go grab them. And sometimes it's also good to color code. So with the color coding, you can see right here, you see how our sequence is in green and our footages is in blue. You can always change it by right clicking. You see label, just change it. Let me change it from forest to Caribbean. So you see, you can always change it to whatever color that you want. So, and that is that. With that, if I now drag it into the makeup, you would have that color. But that's not what we're gonna do now. So for now, so you want to double click on your footage. You can see it shows what your footage looks like. So on this window here, it is the source window. So what your source window will do for you is pretty much for you to just preview what it is that you want to take into your timeline before you can actually start to edit, instead of dragging your old footage here. Instead of dragging this old footage into the timeline, you can just preview it first so that you can grab what you want exactly, if that makes sense. So for example, say here I play this shot. Okay, so let's say I want the shot of doing that. Maybe I want to start from here. So we want to get an in and out point. So a shortcut for that is high and O. High is for in, that's your starting point, and O is for out, that's your end point. So I'll just hit, you can always do this, click here, that's the starting point, or you hit high, or then say from my leg like that, then I'll click O, that's my end point. So now that I've done that, now if I drag onto my timeline, you can see this will ask, this is just settings, and this is just because I shot my footage in 4K. You can just say keep existing settings. So you can see, because I shot in 4K, it's so huge in the actual window. So now that I've dragged my footage into the timeline, so as you can see, it comes in with audio. So what if you didn't want audio into your timeline, you just wanted to grab only video? Okay, let's delete that. All you have to do is, you see, this is these two icons here, one is for video, one is for audio. So you can always grab audio only. You will go to the audio bar down in the timeline, but I don't want that. So for video only, I just drag only the video. I just drop that. You can see it doesn't have audio. But in this case, I'll delete that. We want both audio and video. Keep settings. So so for these, since you don't have the video in the timeline, another thing that I have to mention to you is the effects control. So the effects controls, what that does to you is kind of like the attribute center for your footage in the timeline. So as it is now, we'll select our footage and we'll go to the effects control and we'll click on that. This is where you see all the attributes that comes with your footage. So this is where you're able to change the position, scale, rotation, opacity, and even if you want to add other effects, this is where you get to do all that. So in this case, because as you can see in our sequence window, as you can see, it's so big because I shot in 4K, and mind you, our timeline is in 1080, which is half of 4K. So let us downsize it. Where you see scale, let us do 50. As you can see, it goes back to the original you see, it goes back to the scaling that we had in the preview. So let's go back to effects control, and as you can see, we can now hit, by the way, space bar to playback. Sorry. So it play like that. If you want it to always loop, you can always come here and click on this button here, plus, and there should be one for you to loop. Doing it now. Okay, this is loop playback. So you can drag that, put it, add it to it, click OK. So now if I click on loop playback and if I play, it should always play back in a loop. But let's wait and see. Did you see that? So now it will continue to play back in loop. But I don't want that anymore, so I'll stop that. So as you can see, you play with your scale, you can also play with your positioning, but I mean there's no reason why I would want to do that. But anyways, this is I'm just gonna stop here for now, and in the next class we'll get into more detailed in terms of editing. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next class. All right, ciao.